was 17, I had no self-esteem. I was considering suicide and had even been institutionalized for a short time. I realized that I had to fix my mentality. I had to learn to love myself, hell or high water style. So I decided to change how I felt and face my issues head on. I entered myself into the Miss National City pageant. Yes, they have one. I challenged my own self-image. I strutted my chubby stuff on stage, and I even learned to walk in heels. I also won a prize in my heels. I won the Congeniality Award. The Congeniality Award was voted upon by the contestants. When the ballots were handed out, I heard some hoe belt out in just the bitchest voice I had ever heard, "Can we vote for ourselves?" At that moment, I realized that we were in real, hardcore, actual competition. So I voted for myself. When my victory as the most congenial in all the land was announced, the announcer spoke directly into my conscience. Kind of like she had a dog whistle, but for traitors, audible to my guilt, but not to the audience. With a mouthful of subtle disgust and superiority, she exclaimed, "This award was voted on by all the contestants, and it seems it was unanimous." Fine, I'll take it. I didn't get too excited about the award. I thought of it as more of a, here's for not being a bitch award. Besides, now I didn't have to go home and try to explain, oh, I was just doing it for the experience. I accepted to wild applause and cheering. Directly after the pageant, everyone went to Napoleon's Pizza. We were treated by the mayor of National City, Mayor Waters. My younger sister was beaming. She leaned over and told me, "I can't wait to brag at school tomorrow that my big sister was in the pageant and we had dinner with the mayor." This was the first time anyone in my family had ever expressed pride in me or my accomplishments. And believe me, I tried everything. Football, letters and swim team, water polo, theater, and a 4.0 GPA. I'd been spinning and spinning my wheels and nothing had ever worked until that moment. That one sentence from my sister changed my perspective on everything. Now I was on fire to win. I was suddenly struck with what I can only describe as retroactive competitiveness. I couldn't believe I had spent the whole time just learning to fake self-esteem when I could have been raking in a shit ton of approval. Probably still too often, I sneak off into an alternate universe where I am crowned Miss National City. Here I am crowned, and the trophy is glorious on my head. It gleams and glows radiantly from its place, nested perfectly in my freshly dyed hair. I make a tear-jerking speech about how I'm looking forward to representing young women with Mexican-American heritage all over the globe, and how I'm so excited to be a Mexican-American girl with a leadership role that I will use as a fervent activist because Chicano is not a race, it's an attitude. I come home and find my mother unpacking her luggage. "Mama, whatever are you doing?" "April, I'm ever so glad you're home. Your papa has changed his plans to leave us in the night, and I have decided not to abandon you shortly thereafter." "How lovely. Whatever has changed your mind?" "Well, we can't have the Miss National City be a ward of the state now, can we?" "I suppose not." "Oh, and I do hope you like the new apartment we're moving into in the morning. I'm tired of the 5 of us in this little one room. This new apartment has 3 rooms and 3 baths and scads of storage space for your marvelous pageant clothes." "Goody." We hug, we twirl, she kisses my forehead. As the new reigning queen of National City, I have the option of competing in the San Diego County pageant. And why, yes, I will. I would love to expand my queendom. I'm a beauty imperialist. If I want to have any shot at winning the pageant, I have to get serious. Honestly, my national city competition had not been anything to be worried about. There were 2 cholas. One girl who had a face like God wrote the word skank all over it with invisible ink. And there was also a sorority girl in the mix, but she ended every statement with woo! Even during the one-on-one interview portion. So I had this one in the bag, since all I really had to do was not have a police record and show up sober without any permanent ink penises drawn on my cheeks or chin. I don't know exactly what kind of preparations I need to make for the San Diego competition, but I know these girls are masters in the sport of pageanting. These girls aren't girls at all. They're women, and they've all been They've been training for the big day all year, moonwalking in heels, gliding everywhere they go. I can just imagine Miss La Mesa rehearsing her smile in line at the DMV. She goes through an entire process, start to finish, with a dazzling smile plastered on her blemishless face. If, for any reason, her smile is interrupted due to a sneeze, a cough, or a broken nail, she must start the process over, returning to the back of the line, purposefully filling out a wrong form just to really push herself. I have nightmares where she holds up a 44-ounce cup of juiced wheatgrass and drinks through a straw without ever bringing her lips together. Then she takes the plastic cup to a recycling center and donates her CRV to sad puppies. Okay, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I should quit while I'm ahead. These women could eat me for breakfast, if they eat solids. I mean, really, I'm still just a chubby girl with pimples. Oh, and stretch marks that I'm beginning to suspect are not from getting tall too quickly. No, I can't think like that anymore. I won't. I am worthy. I don't have a perfect body, but that's nothing a corset and some duct tape can't help. I make a vow to myself. I will come out of this thing the winner, the champion, the queen of this whole goddamn county. Eye of the motherfucking tiger! As the soon-to-be ruler of San Diego, I must learn to apply my own makeup. I will not allow another dear and well-meaning friend to make me into an outer space cartoon sex worker. Sitting in front of a pile of colored powders, sticks of dark oil, and hardware, I'm overwhelmed by my incompetence. So I begin making appearances as National City royalty, and in between, I perfect my craft. I become a masterful artist, stroking and smearing my way to expertise. I'm goddamn Da Vinci, but with more shimmer. So I wake up the day of the San Diego pageant, and I'm super excited. Not like it's my birthday or Christmas morning excited, more like I'm gonna spew, so maybe I should skip breakfast excited. I humor my mom by pushing some eggs and toast around a plate. I can afford to miss a meal. I'm probably the only contestant who's been eating for weeks. I get to the venue around 3. Stagehands are hauling things in every direction. People with clipboards are barking out orders. I stop and marvel. All of this for a handful of women. No, all of this for me. I'm ready now. I don't want to wait anymore. I can't wait anymore. I'm tired of arguing with myself about whether I've got a shot. I need to know which one of myselves is right about me. I can see the other girls giving me dirty looks, some giggling outright bitch style. I tell them to go fuck themselves with my eyes. Because forget that congeniality shit, I'm here to win. I squeeze into my dress. It's long, slimming, sapphire blue, and does things with my tits that are borderline illegal, but in a classy way. I pace back and forth. My shoes are basically streetwalker shoes, but if there's no pole on the stage, then they're evening wear. I know, right? I'm told the event is going swimmingly. I wouldn't know. I'm backstage hustling in and out of outfits, splashing around in lace, silk, and hairspray. Running to the edge of the stage just in time to be introduced. Strut, strut, wave, wave, smile, and backstage again. I'm in the wings, waiting to be hustled back onto the stage. It's finally hitting me. Fear and panic are fighting over my hands and making them shake. I can't steady my fingers enough to put some more makeup on. I can hear someone losing it now. They're hyperventilating. It sounds really bad. Oh, that's me. April, sit down, relax. It's the pageant director. She seems like she's done this before. She's been packing smelling salts since the early 70s. April, you're fine, but you have to calm down. She's right. I have done all there was to do, and now it's time for results. The contestants and I take the stage. There's this special way to stand on stage. It's this cross-legged, twisted at the hip, toe pointed out, knee bent pose. I still don't understand it. It's meant to make you look thin, but it makes me feel like I'm gonna tip over, slow and helpless, like a cow at the mercy of cruel teenagers. I practice standing like that all the time and line at Starbucks in front of the stove scrambling eggs, waiting for the bathroom. We pose as perfectly perfect as possible. The winners are announced and honors are distributed. I'm starting to think that we are all standing here the whole time so the audience can make a sport of detecting disappointment and pain through our smiles as we watch our competitors collect prizes we had been foaming at the mouth for. I'm starting to doze off in it and fade in and out of the moment, probably because I'm doing the pose wrong and losing blood flow. But I'm violently yanked back by a familiar sound, my name. I'm the winner. I'm the queen of this bitch. We had been instructed on what to do in the case of a victory. But the self-doubting part of my mind had been on duty that day. And since I knew I wouldn't win, I didn't pay attention. I have no idea what to do. Luckily, there are people on stage, smiling and pointing out my path, swinging their heads in the direction I'm meant to walk. I unfold my body from the twisted and upright position and fumble towards the front of the stage. The annoyed host guides me to the podium by the small of my back. I'm so excited. I don't even notice having the crown placed on my head or the sash wrapped around me. I begin my speech. It doesn't matter what I say. All I know is that it's amazing. I start by raising both of my hands, the conductor of a symphony. I bring the audience to attention, guiding them with my words and body. I address my subjects separately, making references to distinguished guests in their respective areas of the room, leading the entire audience into a crescendo of joy and acceptance. And finally, thank you, just thank you so much. And all rise and honor my majesty. Thank you.
April Hiller! God damn.